Hi, everyone. Welcome back to your favorite podcast, The Power Up. I'm your host, Velia Chavez. And today it is with great pleasure that I bring you two very important and special guests. Joining me today are my friend Carlos Vides and our friend Heber.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. I know you guys have an amazing event coming up. You guys are going to be part of Live to Lead and Do What It Takes.
Exactly right, and that will be in January 18th, right at the Kansas City, Kansas Community College, and that's a Saturday from 8:30 in the morning to 3 p.m. And we're going to be talking about learning about personal development and business leadership. And our friend Ever here, he's the executive director for John Maxwell's team. Ever?
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. Yeah, my name is Heber, and I'm one of the executive directors for the John Maxwell team. I have the privilege to work directly with Dr. John Maxwell, and also be part of this amazing event, Live to Lead, which is a personal and professional leadership development growth day that we really provide for people that are interested in investing in themselves, both personally and professionally. And this particular event, we're going to have actually John Maxwell virtually. We're going to have John Gordon, Valerie Burton, and Michael Jr. Those are four of the virtual speakers that we're going to have here in Kansas City for this event.
And as well, you're going to be live.
I'll be there. Yes.
Yes. And then myself, Carlos Vides, the author of the book, What It Takes. And this book is about the story of an immigrant. And we'll be talking about goal settings. Personally, myself, I'll be talking about goal settings, tactics, practical tactics that will help you be intentional about your productivity and little tricks that can change your life. And so those are all the different things we'll be talking about. So every one of us will be geared towards helping you to be productive and have a better 2025. And Belia, thank you for having us.
No problem. Thank you. I'm excited, like I said before. And I know that you guys were mentioning that this event has a very specific goal.
Yes.
And you're going to give us kind of like a little preview and talk to us about some of those important elements of the conference.
Absolutely. Ever here, one of his focus is the personal development, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So one of the values that I hold in life is growth, because I believe that there are five components that I think about, and whenever I talk about growth, which is, number one is that the only guarantee that tomorrow is going to be better is if we are growing, right? So that's the step number one. That is the only guarantee, because it's very interesting sometimes that we think that things happen automatically, and hope is not a strategy. So we need to be intentional about personal growth. So the on the value of personal growth, in which it works professional as well, is number one is that the only guarantee that tomorrow is going to be better is growth, if we're doing that. And the number two thing that I think about whenever I think about growth is that grow is change. So if you're not changing, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying. And I'll tell you something I see around sometimes when I go places, some people, they're already dead. They just have not made it official yet. But once again, what I think about grow is change. So you have to be changing and improving in your life. And I think number three about growth that I think about is the growth is a separator. How do you get out of the people's pile? It's whenever you are growing, whenever you're investing in your own personal and professional development. And and that's very important, because related to being a separator is sometimes whenever you are experiencing those changes in your life, that's gonna separate you from people. And here's the good news and bad news. Some people are gonna be very excited about your growth, how you're moving up.
Yeah, you're moving forward.
You're moving forward. Some other people, they might not like you anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's the jealousy, there is the competition. But I'll tell you what is a killer of growth: comparison. when you start comparing with other people, that kills growth.
Yeah.
And so growth, once again, is separated. And number 4 is that grow is joy. It's so beautiful to see things growing. It's like, I don't know if you ever planted anything, but it feels really good whenever you're seeing those little things coming out. Like, I have 4 kids, and they're all from all ranges from 14 years old to 5 years old, and I love seeing them grow. It's joy. And one of the things that I learned in life very quickly is I rejoice when other people, my friends, are succeeding in life, because I see that they're growing. And then and that's number 4. And number 5, I will say that grow is intentional. Once again, hope is not a tragedy. Things don't happen by accident. I've never read the book Sliding Down to Success.
Yeah.
It's not it doesn't happen that way. Also, I've never heard stories of people that are climbing mountains and they go to the top, and once they're there, they start asking themselves, how did I get here? Yeah, nobody gets to the top of the mountain by accident.
By accident. Yeah.
But here's what happened related to the mountain analogy, is that many times in life, we have uphill dreams and downhill habits. And my mentor, John Maxwell, says, everything worthwhile is uphill. It's going to be hard.
Yes.
And so, do you have what it takes to pay that price that is going to bring you to that next level? So things like this is what we're going to be talking about on this leadership summit that we're going to have here in Kansas City.
Excellent. Belly, any take on that?
Yeah, I think you have excellent points. I agree with a lot of what you're saying. It does require growth. A lot of people get comfortable and we stay in our day-to-day activities. And my philosophy personally has always been, time's going to pass. In 2 years, I can be in the same place or I can be in a better place.
Absolutely.
So you have to choose if you want to stay where you're at. And I've always also been a firm believer that this was words from Oprah, and she said, success happens when opportunity meets preparation.
There we go.
So if the opportunity comes by and you're not prepared, it's once and then it's gone. And there's a lot of opportunity.
It goes to the next person.
Yeah, and so it's either you take it, seize your moment, como dicen in the movie Coco. But yeah, you're right. I think, and not everyone's willing to make those changes. Not everybody's willing to step out of their comfort zone. But you can't get to the next level without taking the necessary steps.
Yeah.
Even in video games, you have to be able to pass one level to get to the next level, to get to the next level. So this is very important.
One of the thank you so much for sharing that. And that just brought a different thought here in my mind. When I do conferences around United States and different part of the world that I've been able to go, the number one question that I get is whenever I come down the stage, people say, how long did it take you to prepare that speech? And my answer is my whole life. Because here's the thing, based on what you were saying, or in addition to, is that when the opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why one of my personal values is growth. So I'm preparing all the time. That's why I don't have notes right here.
And then then the next part about being prepared is being intentional.
Yeah.
Because some of us prepare for something that we only think about how much money I'm going to make. But sometimes it's not about the money, but it's about the growth. Right?
Absolutely.
And, some things bring mental growth and some things bring economical growth. But nothing brings economical without bringing first, bringing knowledge and mental growth. Because once you prepare, then that opportunity comes and meet. And becomes the final product, which is sometimes is money.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were saying something too, is that next level. You mentioned video games. I'm not a big fan of video games, but I'm a big fan of life. And I don't go through life, I grow through life. So here's what I mean by the levels. The next level of you is going to require a new version of you.
100%.
We all think about the new phone that is coming out, right? I have the Galaxy Ultra 24. It's the latest one. Well, soon enough, there's gonna be the 25, and then we're asking, we yearn those things, we long for those things. Well, what about us? The next level of you is gonna require a new version of you.
Exactly.
And so, do you have what it takes?
Exactly.
And then again, that brings us back to the main reason why we are meeting on January 18th, where we'll be discussing key points on how to prepare for 2025. And I personally am a fan of being intentional and having a mindset, a growth mindset. And my entire life, the book says it, do what it takes.
Yeah.
So it really, what it means is be present. Do what it takes today to get there tomorrow. So we'll be talking about, routines that you have to develop that will move you forward in life and break habits that you may have right now. When we talk about, catering to the Hispanic community, one of the things that sometimes we run into is that sometimes we feel that I know enough to get me by. But is that enough to get you to the next level?
Exactly.
And that's what we're hoping to bring in January. Little key points that you can take home with you, you can apply and make a difference in your life, in your personal life, in your business, in the people that work for you. Be an intentional leader, with the people you work with your clients, the type of, how do you market your business? So all those different ideas you're going to be picking up there. So that is the key ingredient why we're doing this exactly in January, because we want people to set up their year and move forward to 2025.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I wanted to deviate a little bit, backtrack a little bit to what you mentioned earlier about how sometimes people get caught up in, I need to make money now.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's more important to develop skills before you make more money. You can't make more money if you don't have the extra set of skills, right? And so one thing that I've always advised people, and advice that I've taken for myself that I learned from, is if you don't have a skill set, you have two choices. You either go back to school, pay, go through tuition, spend 2-3 years back in college, or you take a job in that industry making less money, but you're getting paid to learn a new skill set.
It's funny you said that. Funny you said, because that's exactly what you and I were talking in the car.
The whole day.
Remember I said to you that I took this job intentionally where I was going to get paid over $30,000 less per year. So that was a very expensive college, right? Or university. But I took the job because that was going to prepare me to who I am today.
Exactly.
And I God bless, everybody that was part of this program to get me to that level and sell me the idea that taking that job position was the best thing for me ever, even when it was going to hurt my pocket. But it makes so much sense today that it's just amazing. Now, let's get back to our community. I constantly say to my community, at least the people that come to see me, they constantly complain that they are having a hard time. The things are not like it used to be. The president, I'm glad that things are changing. I'm glad that all these different things. Well, in my mind, I'm like, nothing is going to change if you don't change. What if we have an explosion of success as a country, but I'm not ready to take advantage of that success? What am I going to do? Nothing. I'm just going to watch everybody else have fun, enjoy, make money, but I'm not ready to be part of that because I'm not invited. I don't qualify to be part of that fun, right?
Right.
So then I said, what if we just not only focus on work? We know that as Hispanics, we're good at working. Let's just not focus on work, but also focus on putting at least 2 or 3 hours a day, every day. I don't know when you do that. I personally do my development from 4:30 in the morning to around 7 o'clock in the morning, every single day. Rain or shine, I'm always up doing something that will instruct me for the day, that will prepare me for what's coming. What if you do that? What I tell you is a great I mean, it's just amazing the results that you will get. How much that's going to change your mind, the view of life, the view of your business, the view of your friends, your family, your community, and everybody you meet. You will meet them with different eyes, different ears, and you understand why sometimes people do what they do, and you will have a different response to what something. Sometimes you complain about it, you're not going to complain anymore. You're going to say, you know what a great opportunity that is. That you said. I'm glad you said that, because just this morning I was looking into it, and now you mention it. Let's take advantage. Simple things. Let's learn English. Let's learn about the system. Learn about the system. What's going on in the United States? How can we do business more intelligent in the United States? All these different things. Little companies doing business as a big company. Oh my God. Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah. Yeah. And I like to add to that what you were mentioning, something you were mentioning too. So one of the things that my mentor have taught me, John Maxwell, is in his book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And what you're talking about is the law of trade-off. And this is what the law of trade-off says. In order to go up, you need to give up. That's the law of trade-off, what you're saying. So yeah, you have the choices, but you have to give up something.
Yeah.
Whether is your time, those $30,000 salary that Carlos is talking about, and so it's very important to be thinking about those things. And here's another key component that I want to bring to the conversation is the value of attitude. The fastest way to improve your life is to have the right attitude.
Definitely.
Listen to what you're saying. The fastest way to improve your life is to change your attitude. And attitude is not everything, but it's the main thing.
Part of that.
It depends how you do. Now let me connect personal growth to attitude. The fastest way to improve your life and your business is if you focus on growth. Because then you're not focused on a destination, you're focused on a journey. And that's more enjoyable. That's the part that we can bring. And then it's joy. Well, going back to that, right? Actually, so like you're talking about, our Hispanic community.
And the joy comes in being intentional, knowing what you're doing, and knowing the reason why you're going through it. Because you also know that at the end of the day, when you finish all this difficult task that comes to you, there will be something rewarding. And that is just an amazing thing.
Absolutely.
So those are all the things we'll be talking about it in January 18th, Velia. So I invite you and your friends. And also, I want to leave you with this. Everybody that's business owners, if you buy your a table, the tables will be for 8 people, so you can bring your group. So you buy a table for your group, you buy it with your company car, you will get tax discounts of that.
Okay.
You know that, right?
Deductions, yes, tax deductions.
On the same note too, if you're part of the a company, some company require continued education unit that is called CEU. This conference, it qualifies, it's accredited for continuing education units as well.
There we go.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for all this wonderful information. I can't wait for the event on January 18th. It's going to be where again?
Kansas City, Kansas Community College, and doors will open 8:30 in the morning. We'll have delicious coffee, sponsored by Plex Capital, our friends Amanda. And we also, she said, we'll have cookies, coffee, and all the sweets. And then later on during the lunch hour, we'll have a lunch from Dos Tequilas, Casey. Okay. And so it's going to be a full day with food for our body and knowledge for our soul.
Absolutely.
Plus, you get a chance to go network with everybody else in the community.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you get a chance to get a picture with Carlos.
That's the part you may want to skip.
That's the most expensive part of the leadership summit.
I don't know. We might have to talk to Amanda about that menu, because January is when everybody's on Let's Get Back on our fitness.
There you go. I love it.
Well, that one day, it's only a Saturday morning, so you will
Yeah.
go from 8:30 in the morning to 3 p.m. After that, you go right back to where
Back on the diet.
right where you had it.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Well, thank you both once again for stopping by today and making this invitation to our audience. We look forward to being there. Also, don't forget, today's podcast is brought to you by Velia Chavez Insurance and Income Tax Services. Please visit our website at veliachavezllc.com. Any final farewell words?
Just want to say, Velia is amazing. So if you become friend with Velia, you will learn some cool things.
Thank you. And I did not pay him for that. Okay, see you guys next time on The Power Up.
Yeah.